Third race on the card is the first of the handicaps, and this is the Ultima Handicap Steeple, grade 3, over 3 miles and 1 furlong. The current favourite is Gold Present for Nicky Henderson, an 8-year-old, currently trading at around 8 to 1. He's only been out of the frame on one of his completed chases, so you can see that he's always involved in the finishes, whether being first, second or second. So for me, he was the winner of his last 2 races, Class 2 at Newbury and a Class 1 race at Ascot, beating Frodon, which we know that Frodon has got some solid form of late. He's coming back in, so for me that's quite a good little angle to look into this race on. He was second at last year's festival in the Close Brothers Handicap, which is the last race on the Tuesday card, which we will come on to later on. But for me, Gold Present, it's not a race I'd be getting overly involved in. The handicaps at Cheltenham, as we know, do throw up a few surprises here and there. But for me, it's a solid horse, and I do like it being at the top of the market. There are a few horses in behind that, if they run, will give it a big run for its money. But there are a few horses in here who dramatically need to improve for me, and that brings me on to the horse that's second in the market at 10 to 1 for Tom George, and that's Single Farm Payment. He's gone off the boil this year, really, for me, and if we'd looked at last year's form, I think we would have been all back in this horse, and it was all the rage before the race last year. For me, again, second in it last year, but he has been pulled up here since. And that was on softish ground, so that does worry me slightly, because I can't see this ground getting much better than what it was back then. So for me, it does need to dramatically improve. It has got a bit to find with the majority. It could just be a confidence thing. I'd be surprised if the jumping didn't improve, knowing the schooling that they'll be giving the horse at home, and I wouldn't be surprised if it actually came out here and won this quite comfortably. But at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if he was pulled up or didn't complete the round. Third horse in, if he runs in this for me, this is probably my outsider of the day. This is Monbeg Notorious for Gordon Elliott in Jigginstown. Big player in here, like I say, if he does run. He has got an entry later on in the day, which we will cover off later as well. He has 3 wins since he's been moved up to this distance. He had a big step up to graded company last time in Ireland, and although it looks that he was the 5 to 4 favourite and the winning distance wasn't actually that far, to step up to that distance, to step up to that grade for the first time, and to be 5 to 4 favourite, so he's really well supported in the market and quite a strong favourite. He did race freely at times, but when he was on the bridle, it was quite comfortable for him. Coming up to the last again, jumped it nicely, and he was pressed close home a bit more, but he did hang on for a well-deserved victory to show that this horse has definitely got the class for a Cheltenham Festival race. The next one in here for me is Keeper Hill at 16 to 1 currently. He's a 7-year-old for Warren Greatrex, won on his previous distance start, and that was on soft ground as well. So again, if you're looking to try and find why a horse won't run, or if you have ground concerns, there's no concerns with the horse for this type of race. He has one on soft all the way through to good ground, so even if it does dry out, he's still not going to be discounted. He has got that little bit underneath him that even on good ground and soft ground he can still go, so he is very versatile when it comes to ground. He was 7th in the Neptune last year. He was 25 to 1 for that race, so to finish 7th of 15, you can say that at 25 to 1 it was a pretty good run to finish 7th. So if that natural progression has happened, it should be thereabouts, maybe in that. I wouldn't expect it to be out of the top 5 or 6, but if it completes, we all know what happens when it comes to Cheltenham and horses that everybody thinks and then they fall. So we don't want to be seeing that, but if he does have a clear round, we should be getting there. Just a word on Warren Greatrex himself, he is in pretty good form at the minute. He's had 5 winners from his last 18 starts, and that's in the last couple of weeks, so he is coming into form at the right time, really. For me, another horse in here that if he runs should be a big player, currently trading at 20 to 1, and this is Mia's Storm. Could make the frame, class 1 performer. He did fall last time out, however that race was won by Black Corn, who we know has got an incredible record at the moment, a really good partnership with Bryony Frost. So for me, that is a pretty strong form line to be looking into. But like I say, if he runs, he has got a significantly improve a little bit more from the last run out, but it could. Again, it's quite an open looking race. I wouldn't be surprised to see this horse right near there at the very finish.